uh, give my thoughts on it enough. Um, so you don't have to paddle this thing to store. That is completely unnecessary. If you ever want to like stop doing something, you kind of have to look at what you're doing. Someone said there was a shark that could eat you if you try to swim, but honestly, look, you spawn so close. So this is gonna be like a quick fire tutorial. I'm gonna ignore that right now. I'm gonna tell you some of the things the game doesn't. There's tiny little lionfish in the game that will poison you. There's purple things on the ground that you step on that will poison you, and there's snakes, underwater snakes, and live water snakes that will poison you. Do not get poisoned early game, or it's a quick reset because you need to find enough poison cure remedies and stuff. These rations will fully heal you. The compass isn't too necessary right away, and neither is the bandage, so if you want to just avoid losing it. When you first spawn your island, when you get started, watch out for crabs. When you first spawn on the island, I have tutorials disabled, but it attacks you with a bunch of stuff. Essentially, all you need to do is find yourself a rock to get yourself a little stone tool. Rocks and those little twigs, these things right here, are on a timer respawn. Left over. I'm not gonna go over like the basics. I'm gonna go over the more obscure things. So, for fiber sleeves, you're gonna need a lot in the beginning. You're gonna need a lot. Later on, it's not gonna be that much of an issue because you'll have a raft and you'll be able to go to a different island to grab more fiber sleeves. But when you're stuck on this island, you're gonna grab all these fiber sleeves. This island will have nothing but tiny crabs, your starter island. And there should be 1 to 3 things of cloth. You've already saw it's the blue stuff on the island. But you want to make sure to grab... Where are the yucca plants? There's yucca trees. They look like this. You're going to want to harvest all these and the plant fiber right away while picking up any stone on the ground. Those are the most important resources. Unfortunately, you get weird spawns where they spawn in these bushes, and it's kind of hard to get to. They should drop like 7 or so fiber sleeves. This is my first complaint with the game, is the spawning of some of these items isn't too user friendly, like especially like if you get a spawn like this in the beginning. You know, things kind of blend in if you get stuck in something. And so you want to grab all these. If you want to keep the tutorial enabled, you can. But essentially, it's just grabbing all these fiber sleeves around the island. Your tools, these little stone things are used to make other tools in your inventory. So if you wait until it's just at like low durability, as you can see here in the center, and then make another one or move on to another one, that's going to be best for, you know, going through as little resources as possible. Not as important when you're able to move around freely. This little urchin thing, see, look at this little devil. It's about halfway. If I were to step on that, I'd be poisoned and I'd be screwed. Unless there was 2, no, I would be screwed because you have to get your crafting level up before you can craft antidotes. You should get 2 to 3, I think, yucca trees in the area. And if you see any of the yellow fruits or any of the other fruits on the trees, I'd say don't pick them, because for some reason they haven't spawned back, and that you can plant them later on and to get more reliably. The water source is gonna be a big thing you're gonna want to try to grab early on. But if you can't grab it right away, you're gonna have to like do a bunch of crafting before you can actually do water cell. Crabs. They don't actually do a lot of damage. Why I'll bring it up, you can look at your stats here. Biggest tip I can give you for staying alive: coconuts, 2 at a time. Don't drink them too fast. I'm trying to go this as possible because my friend's waiting up for me on the other line. I really want to do this first. So you just hit it, pick it up, and you can eat these if you continue to hit them, but always drink the coconut water first and then re-drop them and eat them. As you can see, like, it's gonna give you 1 full bar when you drink it. I can't drink anymore. But when you're done with, when you have any base item resource in your hand that isn't like a bunch of palm leaves or something like that, like sticks and stuff, you're gonna want to do this for all your resources to kind of keep everything nice and neat. Especially for some of the grass things. Find a nice sandy area, and you just put the coconuts down like this. If I were to and then you just store everything in the pile. It won't only store coconuts. Same thing with sticks. If you hold the right bumper to quick craft, you can just store this. If you were, oh oops, I did the wrong thing. So you can just, the fastest way to store it if you have a lot of sticks in your inventory is just keep the sticks in your hand, or put a stick in your hand, and then just do that. It can be done with all these. This is the whole thing, but it's easier. It's gonna be easier to see your fibrous leaves and stuff like that if you put it in a pile, and then you can just rapid click and go through an entire stack. Exit out of the menu. You can do it with a lot of things, but not everything. So you want to get to some place where you don't even want to build a base, generally speaking. But you want to have a place where you can like be central to your fire and like do crafting. There is FPS, so honestly, if you can clear out an area by one of these trees, you'll just want to keep an eye on this. Usually by these trees with the little grass though, if you stand right under it, yeah, if you stand right under it, honestly piling up your resources like kind of here-ish would be ideal. That way you could like access everything crafting while staying out of the sunlight, and it would really help because you're just standing around the sun anyways while you're crafting. What else have I not hit? I think the only other thing to hit for like this, I don't want to get into much. I want you to be able to discover stuff. So let me show you this. And if there's even a chest down here, you only have to really worry about sharks. Speaking of which, I'm not too worried about that. These chests, instead of searching through here, pick them up, carry them to shore. Don't even bother looking. Oh. So that's how they give you a bandage. If you see sharks, don't do what I did. I'm just gonna rush. If you see sharks, just go to a different part of the island and go spunking. But as soon as you get grabbed, you should be pulling out your thing. Once you run out of bandage, that's essentially like your stopping point. See, that only did like 1 heart of damage to me. One little blip, plus whatever bleed damage went through. It seems like not that much, and I'm already starting to regen because I'm high enough up. But these chests, there's gonna be chest containers that you can build and put on your raft. You're gonna be able to store all this. Like there's even more rations there, and you can find your hammers, a flashlight. There's all sorts of useful stuff. But that's everything you're gonna need to know to get started. Building your raft, that's up to you. However you want to build your raft, do it. Just make sure you save some cloth for a sail and a rudder. But you don't even need the rudder. You can honestly just be fine with the sail, but the rudder is gonna help you get to that island you need. I think I got lucky, honestly. But that's gonna be it. I hope you guys have fun with this. I'm gonna continue the stream with my friend.